It says that my live connection is weak. Well, that's kind of weird because my internet connection is super fast. So, there we go. Anyway, this is a test. This is another test for some of the work that I want to do this year, coaching with teachers and students online. And I need to test the technology, and the only way to really test the technology is to use it and to see what's good and what's not so good. So, what's interesting with this Facebook Live is it appears that they've changed the style with which the video appears. When I made Facebook Live videos before, there was a square at the top and then comments appeared underneath it. Now, it's just a long screen with something which says comments will appear here at the bottom. I wonder if I should press that or not. Plus, there's a person with a plus next to it. Does that mean add somebody? What does that mean? Shall I test it all? Hey, what's learning for me is learning for you guys as well out there. So, um, the I'm going to press all those buttons in a second, but before I get there, those that followed the work last year know that I try to provide solutions to problems that people have. And problems are what we have to deal with every single day. Every day is just a series of problems that we have to solve. And some of those are easier than others. However, I believe that the lessons that we need to learn in life are very simple. If we take a little bit of time to reflect, if we take a step back, then we can usually find those answers that we need, or we can find the right path to take or the right kind of direction to go in. And so I would like to work with doing live Q&A online. Now, this is going out to the online coaching group that I have, which is coaching for teachers and students. If you're out there, feel free to say hi or write a comment. I plan to, as it's the 1st of January, I plan this year to do a few more live videos and maybe to change the format slightly and try to open it up to more people so that more people can get involved if they want. It's interesting because usually you have to push people a little bit to get them involved, or perhaps go into topics which are slightly controversial, but I'm going to try not to do that. I'm going to try to keep it real, as they say. And so for those that don't know, my name is G. I run Native Speakers Academy, which has been running for about 12, 13 years now. It's a private language school based in Banska Bystrica in central Slovakia. It's cold here right now. It's about -5 degrees and there's snow outside. And it's better to be inside than out, I can tell you that. Right. Banska Bystrica, if you don't know Banska Bystrica is the loudest place on earth. People are just loud here. Everything is loud. The people are loud. Their activities are loud. Their leisure sports are loud. They just had about 24 hours of constant firework displays, which Banska Bystrica makes Disneyland look like nothing, right? So that's to try and put it in perspective. You want to spend New Year somewhere? Come and spend it here. It's quite crazy. Nice atmosphere, though. Anyway, because their format with these videos appears to have changed slightly. It says comments will appear here, and it's got a little man with a plus on it. This wasn't here before. What happens if I press the comment button? Ooh, the screen goes to half its size, and I get to try to write something with my phone, which is placed on the floor. I can write hello, and oh, there we go. It appears at the bottom. That's nicer than it was before. Now there's a little man with a plus, which usually means add somebody. Invite members. You can invite people to the call. Look at all these lovely people. If I'm live, why do I have to invite people? And Facebook sent out invitations automatically before. Experiment and discovery, and there's a little red thing which says I'm live as well. Right. Okay. You got to experiment. You got to play with the technology. I'll get to some points. I've got some points that I want to make about solutions, and I think that every day gives us answers to some questions. Sometimes we're not even sure what the questions are, but we still have these answers that we can apply to solve some of life's complexities. Now, in the top left-hand side of the screen, there's like a magic wand. I'm scared to press this. I really am scared to press this. What happens if I press the magic wand? Oh! Add filters. I can look like a pop star. I can look like classical black and white. I can look like I'm out in the country. I can go funky, or I can go acid and be green and have green skin. No thank you. I will have no filter. How do I get out of here? Press the X. Okay. Super cool. Right. I don't need a filter. Keep it real. So anyway, there's things that I picked up today. There's things we pick up every day, things that we learn every day that we carry with us. Some things we forget as well. We need to learn them again. Learn and study and relearn and forget and learn again, and that's part of the process of life. So, like I said, I'm testing this on the online coaching page. I will probably re-upload this to YouTube, my YouTube channel, and provide links to it on other Facebook pages and see how that goes. Like I said, this is a test, so I might do one live test here, I might do one live test on the school page and one live test on my own stream. And I'm doing this here first because it's the safest place. You guys will forgive me if I mess up a little bit. So, like I said, if you've got any questions, if you've got any problems, ask me. I should type them into Google. That's the number one place to go. If you've got a problem, type them into a search engine. Yeah, Google, Start Page, Yahoo. Do people use that anymore? I don't know. Google records your searches, which is good for history, but what it kind of does is narrow your perspective over time. So startpage.com gives you a pretty clear set of search results that are not aggregated in any way based on your history, which is kind of cool. Anyway, back to learning and coaching points for today. There's another thing, that the old system had a little clock on it so you could see how long you've been live for. This one doesn't. You win some, you lose some. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. There you go. So, I don't even know if this is recording my audio. Another waste of time. Anyway, work on coaching point number 1. Work on your input skills. What you put in is eventually what is going to come out. the same way that the body processes food, the mind processes information. So you have to really be aware of the information that you're putting into your head. Garbage in, garbage out, right? I mean, look at what happens to all those people who eat at McDonald's, right? They all become fat and their skin is pale and they got health problems and they have to go to the doctor and they die slow, painful deaths, basically. So, information changes situations. So, try to be aware of that and process in your mind information from a variety of sources and try to make it something you can apply within your life. Now, I'm going to give you 3 sources that and I've just thought of a 4th one as well. Might add another one here. Okay, so places where you can go to get information that can help you improve the quality of your life. Number 1, lewishowes.com. Go to Lewis Howes, LEWISHOWES. Go to his YouTube channel and check out the School of Greatness podcasts. I think he uploads 1 or 2 every week. They are fascinating interviews with people who have been very successful in different areas of life and business. It's great. Number 2, Free Domain Radio. Stefan Molyneux's Free Domain Radio. This is a very large philosophy and psychology show. I recommend the Call-In podcast. He does lots of presentations on different topics, covering current events, but the call-in shows are the best, where he psychoanalyzes and discusses through rational and logical thought processes why people have certain opinions, and tries to help people by giving them guidance. He doesn't tell them what to do, but he tries to help them see more clearly the problems that they face in their lives. Very interesting. And if you go to my YouTube channel, I have, I think, 50 edits that I made of his work, where the call-in shows are sometimes 2, 3, 4 hours long. So I've taken these little 15, 20-minute parts, which are very focused and very clear, and highlighted how he uses language to help people. So you can find that on my YouTube channel, Native Speakers Academy on YouTube. And the third one, my third suggestion is Dave Ramsey, the Dave Ramsey Show, the Dave Ramsey Podcast. Now, this is about finance. You can't get away from money in the modern world. You can't get away from finance. And although we do have mathematics in school and algebra, it's all a little bit abstract. What Dave Ramsey does is he breaks down the numbers. He tells you how much money you should spend, how much money you should save, how much you can afford to borrow, when borrowing is good, when borrowing is bad. So this is the Dave Ramsey Show. You'll find it on YouTube. You'll find it as a podcast. And I'm sure he's got his own website as well. So the 4th source that I would recommend to you is naturalnews.com, which is all about health. And they have a daily newsletter that they send out. Subscribe to the daily newsletter. And they also have podcasts, and there's a whole digital world that they're involved in with sharing information. But basically they have a lot of good information about healthy diet, food, nutrition. I personally use information from the Health Ranger through Natural News, and I slipped up because I was thinking about what I was going to say after that, which is I also get Dr. Mercola's newsletter, which I recommend Dr. Mercola as well. I've given you 5. I started with 3. You've got 5. There you go. So if you can process all the information you get from those 5 sources, you will be the most intelligent person in your environment, non-stop. Full stop. Well, whatever. You get the point, right? You want to stay one step ahead of the competition. The competition is everyone The only person you need to compare yourself with is you. So make yourself better than you were yesterday, and you'll always be progressing in the right direction. Don't worry too much about what other people are doing, unless they're chasing you with a flamethrower, of course. There you go. So, in that kind of situation, you need to listen to the little voice inside your head, which is saying, run! And run. So, that was the second sort of point that I wanted to make today, was to listen to your own voice, that you know what you need. Even when you need advice from other people, you know that you need advice from other people, and you have to go to them and ask them for help. And just because you ask for help and someone gives you advice doesn't mean you have to take their advice. It's just an option that you're creating for yourself. So listen to that voice, and you kind of instinctively know what is right for you. We have these personal emotional challenges that we all have to go through, related to choices that we have to make. And it's very easy in hindsight, looking back on something, whether or not that was a good choice to make. But what we need to do is be focused on ourselves and our experience and our knowledge and who we are. It's in a sense a kind of listening to yourself is a personal spirituality, because where the concept of God is external, the concept of spirit is internal. So I think that we all have a spirit within ourselves which can guide us in the right direction when we need it. And the third point I want to make today is to clear out the old to make way for the new. Hey, it's the first day of the year, and it's a crazy world of infinite possibilities. And so today I spent quite a bit of time in my office looking at things, going, no, 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 don't need this, don't need that, not going to use that, bin, throw out, throw away, just clearing out the old to make way for the new. I found a disc with some old photographs on it as well, and I created some folders on my Facebook page and uploaded the pictures there, so at least they won't be completely lost. They'll be held there for as long as Facebook is there, which might be forever. Who knows? Who knows if it'll still be around in 5 or 10 years, but at least I know that the pictures are there, and I can still go to the site and download them. At least things are not going to be lost. That's one of the ways I use Facebook, as a place where I can collect data and information where I'm not going to lose it. You know what it's like if you've got folders and things and boxes, and if you move, like I've moved a lot of times in my life, it kind of gets crazy, and you misplace things and things disappear, and you can't take everything with you all of the time. So having this digital space is a good place just to hang information so that you don't lose it. The same way that kind of Dropbox is a nice way to share information between people doing different projects, or even between your own computer systems, so that you don't lose the data and information. And you can get systems that automatically back things up as well, which is kind of cool. So clear out the old to make way for the new. Gives you a little bit of space. You don't want a life that's stacked under the weight of the past and history, and it's all cluttered up, as many houses and homes and lives are. So try to give yourself a bit of space to do the things that you need to do. Right. Just to review, work on your input skills, listen to the sound of your own inner voice, and clear out the old to make way for the new. If you want more information about the work that we do, it's at Native Speakers Academy, and that's nsa-slovakia.com, where we do English language coaching and life skills classes. So if you'd like more information about what we do, visit our web page. We've got lots of videos on YouTube as well, so you could check out some of the videos on YouTube. And if you go to YouTube right now, you'll get to see some of the videos I made at Christmas when I was traveling in Scotland with my family. There, that might be interesting for you, because there's something that we can learn from everything that happens and from everyone around about us. I also haven't done any videos in about 2 or 3 weeks because I've been taking a break, and as a result, my voice is going now. So, before I sound too husky and kind of late night talk show radio hostish, I should probably give you a bit of time and space and say thank you very much for processing this video, and hopefully I will get an opportunity to catch up with you, whoever you are, wherever you are, and answer some of your questions and help you find some solutions to problems. That's about it, I think. Right. Time for me to go and do other things.